60 and WCCSradio.com. Good morning to you, and thanks for being with us here today. We're 2 for 3 on county commissioners as we have Sherene Hess, Bonni Dunlap in the studio with us this morning. Our conversation is presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. These folks travel around and go to so many different meetings, and you never know who they're going to be meeting with each morning. Bonni, you were saying that you met, you were at Kiwanis this morning.
Well, I'm a member of Kiwanis, and our regular meetings are the first and third Tuesdays at 7:30, bright and early, out at Eden Park, and we always have a speaker at the meeting. And it just so happened that we had Roger Ewing from the our airport come and talk at our meeting this morning. So it was nice. Yeah. And then it's nice too because we tie to the Indiana Key Club. That's a Kiwanis club, and we had 2 Key Club representatives come and be with us at the breakfast this morning also.
Yeah, well, the airport, I think, is a great place to start because especially, we had somebody in here yesterday, Mark Hilliard from the Chamber of Commerce, talking about when the NFL draft comes, there's going to be all kinds of business just sort of fanning out from the Pittsburgh area. And that airport is so darn active these days, and there are people flying in and out all the time. You're seeing jets come in and departing. It really has become a real economic generator for Indiana County.
If you haven't gone out there, you need to go out there. Just go out for lunch or breakfast at Riziki and just watch the traffic going in and out. If you can't get out there, I tell everybody to go to the Jimmy Stewart Airport Facebook page because Roger Ewing, the airport manager, does a wonderful job of posting on a daily basis the planes that are coming in and out. For example, on Sunday, they had some jets there. So if you look at the Sunday posting, you'll see the pictures of those jets. And it's just kind of amazing to me that it's a different world to have an airplane and just say, well, I'm going to jump in the airplane and go to Jimmy Stewart and go to Riziki for lunch, meet my friends for lunch, fly in, get some gas, and then I fly home. And that's what people do. So it's an interesting world.
It's a different world, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, Sherene, it's been a long time coming for the airport to get to this stage, and it really points out that, sky is the limit with the airport.
Yes, that's well said. And, I have fond memories of my childhood. My dad and my grandfather worked for Piper Aircraft in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, before it closed. And so I grew up in that world to some extent and just have some real fond memories of what a local, general kind of operated airport looks like and feels like in a community. It's almost a psychological effect. When you have an airport, you are kind of elevated in that economic development area because it's just another mode of transportation for developers, for business folks, for all those people that are part of that engine, as you call it, and that is what it is. So, yes, I think we're very proud of where our airport. I remember standing in this radio station and having a discussion about did we really need to be putting investments into this thing that just seemed to be going nowhere. And it turns out we did, and we're very proud of that. It's not easy. FAA, the State Bureau of Aviation, there's a lot of regulations, a lot of things that go into making that thing work. But a lot of partners have done it, and we're very proud of it.
Yeah, we're seeing great increases in air traffic here in Indiana County. We're seeing all kinds of development in Indiana County as well. Bonni, when we think about the big issues facing the county right now, obviously the state budget and that whole,
don't forget the federal budget.
Yeah, yes. that whole handful of trouble there, and then in Washington D.C. eventually that makes its way down to Indiana County and to our local municipalities, agencies that are really struggling right now because of expected funding that hasn't come through yet. They're going to have to survive.
So right now we're okay right now, but I'm saying right now meaning in the moment. And if that budget isn't passed, either one, more so the state right now, within the next couple of weeks, then we're going to be looking for help with her loans or whatever, we're going to be at a critical juncture. We really need to have those funds. So many of our departments get state reimbursements, our children and youth, domestic relations, probation, and those are reimbursements, and they are always a little bit behind. So we prepare for that. But we're talking, they're going to be a lot behind, and that's a significant amount of money that we don't have flowing in to cover the cost. So it's going to be very problematic here.
Yeah.
We've missed a full quarter of payments, and that's interest lost, and that'll never be regained. And at the interest rates of today, that's not insignificant.
Yeah,
So.
it's substantial.
And the stress that it causes, though, and we have departments that have had to have an advance on funding, and that just ripples. It's a ripple effect.
But we haven't had to lay anyone off. Other counties have done that. They've started activating plans where they've laid off employees. Our neighboring counties, Westmoreland, Armstrong's closed senior centers. So right now we're still okay, but we'd really like to see this division over the challenges being presented resolved and moved forward.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So there is other county business going on, and the two of you and Commissioner Keith involved in getting set for a very busy budget season. Of course, it's always budget season in Indiana County. That never goes away. Sherene, we've got the
Sustainable Economic Development Task Force.
I can never say that correctly.
We call it the Sustainability Summit.
Yeah,
And,
there you go.
it's
That's coming up
Friday. We have a lot of great sessions. We are going to continue a visioning session that was really popular last year when our attendees got together in small groups and talked about what do they want to see in Indiana County in the year, I think it was 2030 or something like so. Talking about those kinds of things being happening. We're talking about environmental stewardship and how permitting helps that. Going to be talking about outdoor recreation, community revitalization, and all the funding sources that are out there for communities, and having also a session on solar from residential all the way to utility scale. And we have a guest speaker from the Institute of Politics at Pitt who grew up in a very rural area and now works to help communities in rural areas and small towns find alternative sources of funding. So that will be one of the many things that Drew Pack talks about.
Solar energy has, and to me it's unexpected that it did come up this way, but it has become rather controversial.
Yes.
And particularly the term solar farm has come up, and we understand what it means. But it to me it's surprising that it became such a firebrand issue so very quickly in Westmoreland County, nearby in Derry Township. They've got a bit of a battle going on there. Do you see something like that happening here in Indiana County in the future?
Yeah, I think those issues and concerns are universal. And
Are they legitimate?
Well, I would say, you'll have both sides argue their side. From one side, this is another source of energy that, it's the all or above kind of tact. But the other side will have issues about land use and aesthetics and disposal concerns. So I know there are groups out there and that are trying to educate about the facts. And there are legitimate facts, right? There are facts about it. And whatever side you're on, I hope people will actually take a look at what the factual things are and consider that it is it's a source of energy. It's not the only source of energy, but it is part of the portfolio.
Yeah, Bonni, if you just go a little bit to the east, you're going to find counties that have dozens of giant windmills that are going right now.
Well, our planning department is looking at revisions to the county plan, the Saldo, and that will include solar and wind. So those are drafted. They're really close to being ready to go. So there will be protections written into those components.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point. We do have a great planning commission that any kind of land development thing needs to go through the planning commission. So it's not like you'll see solar farms popping up and just willy-nilly. It's very much a thing that's permitted and looked at from that level.
Yeah. That's a great point about the planning commission. Man, they have been at it hard here for the last 5 to 10 to 15 years. But 2025 has been something else for the Indiana County Office of Planning and Development. Man.
We have the agenda, and there was a lot of things on the agenda, whether it's solar or Homer City redevelopment, some of their projects to other projects. It's a long list.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a good problem to have, that there's too much work for
You could say that,
for an
yes.
agency. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Not that it is. They're handling the job.
Oh, they do a tremendous job. We have some just great professionals in that office, so
Yeah,
we're lucky.
terrific stuff. Okay, anything else people need to know from the county standpoint about what's going on in Indiana County?
Just a reminder to vote on November 4th.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's sort of an important thing.
Mhm.
Last day to register for your absentee mail-in ballots is October 28th. Please do that if you don't think you're going to be in town to vote. Make sure you do get registered to vote, and then go vote the day if you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can get your application online, or you can call our voter services department at the courthouse.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sometimes people think, oh well, it's not that busy of a year. There's not that many things on the ballot because it's not a big flashy national election in some ways. But there are a lot of important offices on there, especially at the municipal level.
No.
The tax collectors, some of the boards, the school districts. Pay attention to who's running in your district and make sure you go vote for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there are some people who will say that and the year after a presidential election is really a key year because
Local.
that's when your local races come to the forefront.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you both for coming in to visit with us today. I'm glad you raised that about voting because we talked about that before we got on the air, and I was the whole time we were talking, I was thinking, there's something else. What was that other thing?
Yeah.
We take it for
Very
granted that
important.
everybody
Yeah.
knows and we forget. Yes, great reminder.
It is Indiana in the Morning. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox